3D printer is a great addition to any garage or workshop space. It opens you up to a ton of possibilities for projects in your garage or in your workshop. And it's one of those tools that I've wanted to add. I just haven't had the time to do it. I just haven't had the time to sit down and learn the 3D printing, mostly learn the CAD side, the design side to design things that would be useful in my garage, in my shop, in my house. But, and if you've been following the channel lately, you know that I've had a bit of a setback. I had to have surgery on my bicep, so I'm not able to really handle any physically intense projects. I can't lift, I can't crawl around a car, nothing like that for a while. So now is the perfect time for me to sit down, play with a 3D printer, and learn some CAD. Now, granted, it's not going to be here in the garage just due to temperature reasons. So let's go up to my desk space, my home office space. I'll show you what I got set up and some things that I'm working on. So I recently picked up this Creality Ender 3 V3 KE. Now, it's nothing special. It's not a big fancy 3D printer, but for what I want to use it for, it'll get the job done. It's great to learn with. So I thought one of the first projects that I would like to take on is some toolbox organization. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, I love these Alien Space Saver organizers. I did a couple of videos with them, and I really like the design. I like the fact that they mount to these rails and that they're fully adjustable based on these 1/4-inch rods. Unlike, was it the Toolbox widget? I think Tekton has their version. They all link together. They're not adjustable though. You can't change the distance between their wrench organizers. Whereas the Alien Space Savers you can. I really like that. But, like anything, there are improvements that can be made. And at one point I tried to add magnets to it because if you use a short section like this, I have a short section I use to hold my ratchets, it still slides around the drawer sometimes. So it gets kind of annoying. So I tried to add magnets. That didn't really work out too well, and that's just because of the overall design of the Alien Space Saver. The bottom of there sits above these rods instead of sitting flush with the bottom, so the magnet isn't really effective. So I decided I don't want to ditch my Alien Space Savers. I really like them. They're really, really useful. I really like the full adjustability of them. But I decided to add my own wrench organizer. But I made it so that it could still mount to the same rails, but I can add magnets to it really easy. I had made it to fit 8mm magnets. But it uses the same 1/4-inch rods that my Alien Space Savers use. So now I can add more organization and hopefully a little bit more security, I guess would be the term, because this will now hopefully magnetize as I add more of them. As I add more of them, they'll magnetize to the drawer base and be a lot more stable in the drawer. Stability, not security, stability. So, after I did that, then I just started looking at, well, right now I'm using them in this fashion and just having wrenches kind of lay in there like that, like my ratchets. And it works fine. But I decided to add some capability to have a wrench holder, whether it be a flat one like this. This is for 3/8. I can put that on there. And now, again, it uses the same rails. And now I can lay my wrenches on there, my ratchets, and they're more secure. And that kind of works. On the shorter ones, it kind of sits kind of funky. I've seen other options online where they make a support that sits under the handle. I don't really want that just because it's more stuff in the drawer and it's more stuff to move around when I have to reorganize, and I don't like the idea of having a support there. Personal preference. So then I made a vertical version. Again, they all have the capability to be magnetized to the drawer. And now my wrench can sit just like that, either way. Of course, That's a 3/8. So then I had to go and make one for a 1/4 inch. And I'll eventually make one for my 1/2 inch ratchet. But that's just one of the uses for the 3D printer in your garage or workshop projects. So this thing, now, to be fair, all of those like final prints, there are a lot of failed attempts in my trash can here, whether it be something not adhering to the bed or having to make, design adjustments, measurement changes. Calipers, digital calipers are your friend. But yeah, I'm having a blast learning this stuff. And now, like I said, because of my my impingement, or my, I don't know what the right term would be for this right now, my I don't want to say handicap. It's not really a handicap, but you get the idea. I'm limited to the projects that I can do right now. I can't be wrenching. Computer's going to sleep. I can't be wrenching. I can't be, actually, you know what? I need to start this print for my next 1/4 inch wrench holder. So, and now that'll be done in like, I don't know, what did that say? How long is that going to take me to print out one of those wrench holders? 25 minutes. It's going to cost me 21 cents in material, plus the magnets. So I got a box, little box of magnets. That thing's going to be done in 25 minutes. Cost me 21 cents. Again, this is a great option just to play around with and learn a new skill and work on projects that have been actually kept getting delayed or kept getting postponed because I didn't have the ability to do this before. But now that I have the time due to my limitations, I was able to sit down, spend some time playing with CAD. I've been using FreeCAD right there. Free download. So far, from what I could tell, it works really well. Big learning curve, but I'm taking the time to learn it, and I'll be able to do more things. I could use it for, if you want to make like a bracket for a car. You may not want to cut everything out of steel right away. Maybe print it out of plastic. That'll show you where maybe some of your measurements were off, or where, oh, this needs to move over here a little bit to line up better. Oh, this is, this part here might interfere with this here, so I could redesign it like this. You can do it all in CAD. You can 3D print it as a test run before you send that file off, maybe to some place like Send Cut Send, or online CNC printers or CNC fabricators. This gives you the option to before you spend the money and send that part out, print one out in plastic, give it a try, see if it fits, get all your settings dialed in, and then send it off to Send Cut Send or somewhere like that. Guys, it's been a big learning curve, but I'm really having a good time learning it. And it's a little frustrating, when things don't work out the way you want to. You got to figure out why. But yeah, I look at it as this opens up all kinds of opportunities for me, for projects, for things that I want to get done in the garage, on cars, on my D100, whatever it might be. I now have the ability to try out different things before I really have to commit to something. But yeah, learn 3D printing. Get you a 3D printer, play around, and I think you'll find out that it could be pretty useful in and around your garage or workshop. Really appreciate you guys for watching, putting up with my new projects. Instead of wrenching, there's probably going to be more stuff like this where I'm kind of taking care of, side projects that'll eventually help me on the main projects going on. Again, appreciate you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell. I'll see you on the next one.